Alright, what is up, guys? I just thought I'd make a video about what I feel about all the weapons and what I think's kind of the best class setups for me personally, since I hit max rank and I actually plan to prestige, something I haven't done since Black Ops 1. I haven't prestiged in any Call of Duty, but I figured I might as well prestige since you keep your weapon levels. Um, Inmate is OP. That's the first thing I'll say. The only gun I actually maxed was the Pharaoh, and I don't know. Like, I've had an off and on relationship with the Pharaoh. Sometimes it's really good. I have a few gameplays with it, and sometimes it'll just be hit markers. But I mean, that's with a lot of weapons in the game, obviously. But I guess I just go down the weapons and which ones I like the most. So the Kuda, it's probably my favorite looking gun. But it's a pretty solid weapon. I'm going to be using an X Prestige with the suppressor and seeing how it goes. The VMP, I mean, I actually did the worst out of all of my SMGs. The VMP was actually my worst performing gun. I didn't use the Weevil, but I heard that's garbage anyways. So, but it's still a solid weapon, obviously. I mean, just statistic wise, and I'll probably be using it a lot in X Prestige. The Vesper needs extended mags. I didn't unlock it, but it's actually been pretty effective, more effective than I thought. The recoil is not bad, but whenever you get into a head glitching spot, like you can't do nothing with this gun when it comes to camping and whatnot. And obviously the Pharaoh's probably the best. Whenever it actually performs well and the recoil's not all weird, it's the best SMG by far. And then the Razorback, surprisingly, was one of the most consistent guns I actually used. For some odd reason, I was getting consistent hit markers with the Razorback. Whenever I was shooting people, it would register. I don't know if it's because of luck, servers, whatever. For some reason, when I used the Razorback, it was performing really well for me. I don't understand why, but I don't know. I suggest you give it a try. Is all I gotta say. Even though it's statistically, not that impressive since they nerfed it. I didn't even like this gun in the beta. I thought it sucked, and then all of a sudden, when they nerfed it, I actually kind of like it. Weird. The KN44. I really didn't enjoy this weapon either, but if I get long barrel on it, I'm going to give it another shot on this Prestige. And if it doesn't work with long barrel, then it just sucks. Since long barrel is the best attachment. The XR2 is probably one of my favorites. I'm almost maxed. I don't know if long barrel affects this gun or not, but I do need to get rapid fire and see how good it is with that. HVK solid. Again, long barrel would make it even better. That's the thing. With these assault rifles, you got to get long barrel because it's just the most overpowered attachment. I was figuring that the attachments would be really good, but they're actually not as good as I thought they were. Coming into the game. So I've been thinking about running only two and then running Ghost, but I'm still debating on what I want to set up. I might talk about that later. And then the ICR, I didn't really. I mean, it's okay. It's not my favorite. I mean, maybe when it's maxed out, maybe it'll be a lot better. But I was thinking about running rapid fire with this gun and stuff, but rapid fire is useless on most weapons. The Man of War, I've had solid games with it, but I don't know. Like, I just feel like I've been wanting to try the KN. I just like the KN's look more. If it works with grip and long barrel, I might run it over the Man of War. But if the KN sucks, this is probably the go-to fully automatic weapon for damage. I didn't use the Shiva. I probably should have, honestly. I can't remember what, like running long barrel or high caliber or something. I didn't actually use it. And then obviously this is the best gun in the game. I've actually, the last game that I played to get to max prestige, I went on an insane, like 40 plus kills, and I had a 7-man purifier. Like that's probably my best highlight of the prestige by far. I'll probably upload it at some point, but that's the best gun in the game. I don't even have rapid fire with it, which makes it even better. The only problem is the ammo capacity. And extended mags doesn't really help. It only gives you 2 extra bursts, and then two bursts and like 2 bullets. So it's not. The extended mag's not that good. The only thing you have to worry about is running out of ammo with this gun. Everything else is perfect. I didn't really use much of the shotguns. I did use the Argus a little bit, and it was actually pretty decent. I didn't do that good with it, but it was kind of fun to use. I mean, it's actually pretty consistent when you ADS. You're most likely going to kill them almost every time, but hip fire is horrible. But other than that, that's the purpose of the gun is ADS. I didn't really use the LMGs. They're not my play style. Like, I don't know, they're too slow, and I just don't like it. They aim down sight too quick, even too slow, even with quick draw on, and I don't know. I just lose a lot of gunfights with them because I'm an idiot. And I didn't really use the snipers. I didn't use the snipers either. I actually wanted to try this one out, the burst fire, but I didn't use any others. So that's kind of what I thought about the weapons. So this is the setup. I was running with the M8 for just a little while that I had it. Unfortunately, I'm not going to take it because I need to take Dead Silence first, and then probably the next Prestige I will take the M8 as an unlock. Right now, quick draw stock and the reflex. And the thing is that you have to take a lethal or a secondary to make this work. Unfortunately, you have to you can either have an extra perk, you can have ghost, or you can have a sight and a lethal or secondary tactical too. And I don't really use the lethals that much. I'm not good with them, so I feel like it's kind of a waste. You know what I mean? So if I get used to the iron sights, I can take like ghost, which like I only play team deathmatch, and you would think that ghost wouldn't be an issue, but for some reason this matchmaking, I've got some of the worst possible teams. Like, wait till you see some of the videos. Like, I get some of the worst teams. A lot of my gameplays were like majority of it were behind. I don't know what it is, but it's the matchmaking. It puts the worst players on my team, and they give them UAVs. So I think Ghost would still be really solid to run. I really like Blast Suppressor though. So it's like I don't know which one I want to run. Do I want to run 4 perks and have Ghost or Blast Suppressor? Do I want to just take off that and run 2 perks and run 2 attachments? And run 5 perks. I'm still kind of playing around on what I want to run and like that. Because like I said, the attachments, I mean, they're not really that great. I mean, high caliber, if you get lucky headshots, that's all it's good for. Grip is useless. Suppressor on most weapons just makes it too weak. Laser's alright. It's kind of hard to judge how good you're doing. Like, you say, well, would you get a hip fire kill with the laser sight or without it? You know, does it actually make a difference? You know, FMJ is worthless. Fast mags, most guns you don't need it besides LMGs. Extended mag's pretty good on the fully autos, but like the M8's worthless. Long barrel is the best attachment, but it takes so freaking long to get it. And it's double XP weekend, so that's why I've gotten ahead a little bit. That's why I want to go ahead and prestige and, you know, play a little bit more. I don't play a whole lot. I only have like 12 hours in this game so far in multiplayer. And then rapid fire for the M8. Rapid fire on most weapons is just bad. So that's why I'm thinking maybe trying to run only 2 attachments. Like, obviously quick draw is a staple, and then, you know, something else, long barrel. But, you know, some guns like the AK, your grip's pretty useful with it. So if you're in grip, quick draw, and long barrel, I'm gonna see how that works out. So I won't have ghost for the next 40 levels. We'll see if I like that. You know, do I want to run 3 attachments, or, you know, on other weapons run like a laser? You know, what do you guys think is the best perk setup? I know awareness is probably better than Blast Suppressor. I don't know. I just like Blast Suppressor. I don't know what it is. I know that probably most players don't recognize it most of the time. I don't even recognize it most of the time. Every once in a while, usually when they just spawn, I'll recognize the Blast Suppressor. I mean, the blast, thrust, jump, whatever. I'll notice it on the mini-map, but a lot of times you don't notice it. But it's really more about the noise. You know, not having that Blast Suppressor noise. And I pretty much have to use Afterburner. Afterburner is the best one. Because I jump around a lot. And I don't think I can ever get rid of that. Can't get rid of fast hands. Can't get rid of Dead Silence. These 3 are pretty much staples. It's just what I want to run with it. Do I run both? Do I want to run one or the other? That's pretty much the dilemma I have. And do I want to run a sight or not? So, let's see. I think it pretty much covers it. You know, like the SMGs, You could probably get away with running 2 attachments on the SMGs. You probably don't need a whole lot. Maybe on something like the Pharaoh, I have quick draw and rapid fire. You might want to throw on extended mag or stock. Stock they nerf so badly, but it's still kind of actually not bad. Even though it's obviously not as good, it's still kind of useful. You can actually notice it. I think they buffed it from the beta. You can actually notice it a little bit. So I guess that's pretty much a rundown of all my stuff. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get this over with. So here we go. That's my stats, but they're kind of, I don't know, the stats are kind of misleading. You know, it all depends on who you're playing against and the connections. So if you play bad players, you're gonna get a high KD. If you're lagging, you're gonna get not as good as a KD. Just how it goes. So you get to keep all your weapon levels, thank God, because I am not prestiging any weapons on this game. Boom! Prestige 1. Haven't prestige in forever. But yeah, I got a pretty good amount of gameplays. I don't know if I lost a couple because theater mode, like, I don't know what it is. Like, theater mode, like, I didn't know the theater mode deleted your games. So I don't know if I lost a couple. I didn't lose too many. So I'm, you know, just going to sparingly add, you know, all of my gameplays and stuff. But if you see a gameplay, obviously I'm way ahead. But I don't know, I'm kind of lazy and I recorded a whole bunch of them because of theater mode, deleting them. I don't know what it is. Theater mode's kind of bugged out. But anyways, let me know what you think, what your best, you know, what you think about the, you know, classes and stuff. What do you think that's the best kind of for you to run? What's, you know, Ghost, is it worth it? You know, blah blah blah, whatever. But let me know, hit me up, whatever, and I guess I'll see you guys on the next one.